we are only moments away from Heat 1A, and one of the drivers in that heat is Ron Snyder of the Holset Miss Madison. Ron, you're coming up with a new breathing apparatus for this race. I know you've had trouble in the past sitting behind that Allison engine, so now clear air.
Well, you know, you haven't had your ride yet, so you don't really know what it's like back there. But, yeah, we come up, Doug Ford come up with this thing, and so far it's worked great. All I'm doing is filtering the air that I'm breathing back there through some charcoal filters. You know, there's no air bottles or no oxygen or nothing else with it, and it's been working great. So, you know, we have got to come back in before noon, and I got an appetite now. I can go over and eat lunch for the rest of you.
So in the past, though, you were kidding earlier saying, well, my bullheadedness finally caved through to the mask.
Well, you know, in the years past, we were so tough, us guys sitting back there in the back seat, we never thought of this stuff. Well, now I got seat belts, and now I decide, well, you can change me on seat belts, because I was totally against them. Now I'll wear a mask. Okay. And it's been great.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
Jim Kropfeld on his way down for Heat 1A, driver of the Budweiser, looking for his first victory ever. And Ron Snyder in uniform. Out goes Jack Berry, making his debut in the Unlimiteds. Likewise for the Oboy Oberto. Jim Harvey, crew chief, owner. How's it feel? You finally made it.
We waited a long time for this first heat, so we're all pretty excited.
I would imagine back in mid-June when the truck went on fire, you never thought you'd be here?
Never thought we'd be this far, and especially this year, but we're back, and we're here to stay.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good luck today. June 10, 1987. Jim Harvey was driving the Oboy Oberto rig down to Miami for the first race of the year. But in Alabama, suddenly a blowout, a spark, and the fire that totally destroyed the truck, taking all of Jim Harvey's belongings and personal records with it. Somehow they were able to bounce back and make their debut here in Tri-Cities in 1987. Now for Heat 1A, the drivers. Jerry Hopp out of Seattle, driving the Miss Jackpot Food Mart. Mitch Evans, not far from home, Lake Chelan, about 2 hours away from here. Jack Berry is making his debut in the Unlimiteds, drove the 2 1/4s in the past. Ron Snyder likes to race here in Tri-Cities, the Columbia Cup, southeastern corner of Washington State. George Woods, 5 and 6 liter racer, also K-Boats, now moving up to the Unlimiteds. And the defending national champion, Jim Kropfeld, looking for his first win here in Tri-Cities. The rundown, a full field of 6 boats. That's all this course has room for. That is usually the max on any course for that matter. 11 total for the day. Heat 1A, a good rundown. Only one turbine, that being the Budweiser, which is of course a good break for Jim Kropfeld and the Budweiser crew. Here we go now as all 6 boats are running and they come down the main straightaway for the first time. Ron Snyder, the Holset Miss Madison, George Woods, the Oboy Oberto on the inside. You hear the gun. On the way outside is the Miss Budweiser with Jim Kropfeld. Ron Snyder with another excellent start in lane number 2 in the Holset Miss Madison into these very, very wide turns. Budweiser getting a little out of shape as he goes into the first turn. Look at the Holset Miss Madison. On the inside, George Woods holding his own, the rookie driving the Oboy Oberto down the back chute. The turbine-powered Budweiser, the Allison. Look at Snyder accelerate past the Budweiser going down the back straightaway. On the inside is George Woods, the Oboy Oberto, a Merlin engine, something that is becoming quite a rarity in unlimited hydroplane driving. He has dropped back just a bit into 3rd place. But the race right now between 2 Ohio natives, Jim Kropfeld on the outside of the Budweiser. Look how wide he's going as Ron Snyder holds on to lane 2. Coming down to complete lap number 1. Jerry Hopp in the Jackpot Food Mart, the U7 in 4th place. Ron Snyder's speed on lap number 1, 124.5 miles per hour. That is almost 6 miles per hour faster than his qualifying time. The Budweiser coming around the outside, the Holset crew. Carol Lee on the right out of Seattle for this Madison, Indiana-based crew. The Budweiser now very slowly gaining more speed. Looks like he's taking the lead. That's the 3rd place boat, George Woods out of Seattle. And Jim Kropfeld out of Cincinnati in this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous Miss Budweiser that has been nearly flawless throughout the 1987 season. Jim Kropfeld beginning to stretch it out now against the competition. And I can see why. Speed for the Budweiser, lap number 2, 130 miles per hour. For the Holset Miss Madison, 121, and for the Oberto, 118. this course is the wide turns, and that really favors Ron Snyder in the Holson Miss Madison. This is Jack Berry in the Miss Rock KISW as the Budweiser goes down the back chute. Beginning to string out just a little bit now as the Budweiser is in control, and Ron Snyder driving the boat that has won more races than any other boat in existence, the Holson Miss Madison. 22 victories for that hull. Jerry Hopp having problems down in the west turn. As the Budweiser comes into exactly the same turn, we'll have to get around Jerry to complete lap number 3. The Miss Budweiser, a winner in Florida, a winner in Evansville, a winner in Madison. In our last race, it was the Mr. Pringles winning because Jim had jumped the gun in the final heat on the Detroit River. Ron Snyder. And George Wood, who had driven 5-liter, 6-liter K-boats, had a couple of world records in the 5 and 6 liters, so he knows what hydroplanes are all about. It's not a case of coming in totally cold after driving a flat-bottom K-boat into the Unlimiteds with a 3-point system, the 2 sponsons and the rudder and prop, of course. Some of the Budweiser crew, Miss Budweiser, watching the other Miss Budweiser down the back chute. And this boat, as I said earlier, 22 victories, the only boat to win more, Bill Muncie's Blue Blaster, that came up with 24 victories. This boat, who knows how many wins the Budweiser crew will pick up with that beautiful hull. Nowadays, a boat doesn't live quite as long, though. Maybe 3-4 years, and it's time where technology says you got to step up. Well, this Budweiser in control of Heat 1A. Jim Kropfeld, 400 points for the Miss Budweiser. First place. Second to Ron Snyder, who drove a great race here in 1A. 300 points. And third place to George Woods and the Oboy Berto. So for the record book, the Miss Budweiser and Jim Kropfeld off to a good start. Holson Miss Madison, likewise, the Oboy Berto and the rookie, George Woods. Great start for them. The Miss Rock and KISW, Pepsi America's Choice, Jackpot Food Mart. Let's go down to the pits.
Talking to Bernie Little, he did a kind of a little jump off the dock when he came in that first turn. What was going on?
Well, I don't know. We were going in pretty fast, about 180, 185, and the Madison and I pretty close, and George was right behind us in the Alberto, so we had to stay on it pretty hard, just about flat out in the turn. It was just a little lumpy from just us guys being out there.
All right, it's not qualifying water.
Right, not without a doubt.
Jim, I'm with Ron Snyder, who had a great start in Heat 1A, and it looks like Ron, oh, hey, that mask is working well for you.
Oh, this sucker is really working, folks.
Is that why you had such a great start?
That's a great start, wasn't it? I couldn't understand how I did that. You taught me everything I know. You know that.
Well, we've always felt you've had a nose for racing.
You got it now, right?
And just a few miles away from the race course, the desert of southeastern Washington. We'll return to the Budweiser Columbia Cup after this.